Today we have a beautiful topic that many of you should enjoy, just based off the fact that I know the large majority of people like the underdog until they become the big dog. And most of the big dogs actually were the underdogs to start off or early in the career. I want you, I want you, I want everybody to think about somebody that you may know, and it could even be you, somebody that you may know that early on playing basketball, everybody might have been somewhat good for the age group, whatever. And you had this friend or knew this person or played with or just knew them from around, and they were maybe trash, maybe clumsy, maybe just bad all around. And, you know, years go on. Somehow you lose contact with them, or maybe you don't lose contact with them. Hold on, plane flying by. Plane flying by. One sec. But maybe you don't lose contact with them. And somehow, a few years later, after you know, seen everybody clowning them, the whole world clowning them, your whole neighborhood clowning them, somehow this person ended up being insanely good out of nowhere, right? Whether it be from elementary to middle school, or from middle school going up to high school, or even high school going up to college or something, right? Maybe y'all know a person like this, or maybe it is you. So first, I want y'all to comment if y'all know somebody that went from being maybe one of the worst people on the team, if not the worst person on the team, or just average, to somehow, somewhere out of nowhere, just blossoming into the coldest person on the team, or the coldest person out of the whole friend group, or whatever the case, right? Because that's what we're going to talk about today in terms of the NBA and why the worst players actually become the greatest players in the NBA. Not every time, but usually, if you look at most of the superstars in the NBA, or even if you're not a superstar, you're a star, or you just didn't get your opportunity yet, but it's coming. Most of these people were not known as young kids, or even as what you would call that, as maybe high schoolers. They weren't known. Maybe even in college they weren't known. But you got a long list of people, starting from whoever you want to say. You could say Karl Malone. You could say Michael Jordan. Everybody knows Michael Jordan's story. He was tried out for the team, tried out for the high school team. He got cut. He played JV freshman year, whatever. Came back next year, made the team. Ended up becoming the greatest, arguably one or two, whatever you want to put him at, of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball, considered by most people. I would say very few people actually in the history of sports and just in general in life start at the very top and stay at the top. Usually the earlier you start at the top, if your mind not right, or if you don't have the right people around you or the right internal determination, you won't be great for long. LeBron is one of the only few people in sports history to be literally probably the number one player since he was born. At least since high school. LeBron was like the number one player since his freshman year of high school. And literally carried it throughout the NBA. Like he's the only one probably. He is probably the only one in history. Like I literally cannot think of anybody else who was that good, considered the number one player in high school, especially freshman year, and was throughout their NBA career from a rookie was considered one of the best players in the NBA, and then became the greatest of all time, or second greatest of all time, whatever you put him at, him and MJ. But my bad, let me disconnect from the thing. But the the Steph Currys of the world, nobody knew him, and his dad was in the NBA. He went to Davidson. Nobody even knows until current day what Davidson is. Only people know Davidson because of Steph. Ja Morant. Nobody even knew Ja until he had the spectacular dunk, and he was doing the same. He was probably doing the same stuff. Nobody knew him until the dunk in college. Who else? Um, CJ McCollum was like five. What was he like 5'6" or something? And then he grew, but he kept working while he was 5'6". Grew, one of the best players in the NBA, multiple time All-Star, all that. Who else we got? I don't know what bro was talking about, but anywho, um, it's so many people to go. It's so many on the list. Damian Lillard. Dame did 4 years in college. Dame was barely recruited out of high school. So, so think about that. What that means in terms of everybody recruiting and how much non-research they actually do, and how lazy they are in their research of players. Which I get it. Sometimes you're gonna miss out on the diamond in the rough because you know everybody want the glitz and glamour of what might be beautiful now. So you often see coaches say today because of NIL, right? You'll often see coaches say because of NIL, nobody wants to stay with a program anymore in college, and um, nobody wants to be the diamond in the rough from whatever the program. But also, coaches are at fault for this too. See, they got to look in the mirror themselves, because 9 times out of 10, they just recruit who they heard about, or they recruit the best players, depending on what the school is. If you're a top school, you're gonna just create who is ranked the highest most times. They don't actually go out and find players and watch their game, watch their IQ, see are they coachable, things of that nature. They usually just go based off of, does the kid have a decent enough character, and how high is he ranked? So then you got, within that, the kid will get to the school and not be who you expected him, and then you mad at the kid when you should have. Then you see this random person blossom and go to the NBA and then be something special. But you never wanted to look for those kids as a coach, because you focused on the glitz and glamour, on the diamonds that's already made. But what you didn't know is that's actually what they call that. What they call you thought it was diamonds. It's actually moissanite. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Everybody want to go for the diamonds, but don't even know it's moissanite. So Appreciate that, Utah Hooper. Um, so when it comes to like Michael Jordan's, Steph's, James, um, even Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant, even LeBron, because LeBron had a tough, LeBron had a tough childhood. He ended up becoming one of the top players later on, but he had a tough childhood. Kevin Durant, tough childhood. Usually the one, well, I won't say usually. You got to have a certain type of mind. But usually the ones with the most determination and belief in themselves are the ones who rise to the top. Because you do have those ones who just have no sense and they just a product of their environment and they never pan out to be what they could have been. We really don't know who the best of all time could be, because it probably wouldn't even be LeBron. There's probably a 7-foot LeBron out there somewhere that sold his career because he wanted to sell DRUGSs, or he wanted to do something that was, or he made some type of huge mistake, whatever you want to call it, and it ruined his career. But we don't know who the GOAT could have been. There could have been somebody better than MJ. There could have been somebody better than LeBron. Think about this, dog. Bro, y'all don't even understand. Well, maybe you do understand, but you probably seen people. Like, just based off athleticism or even skill, bro. There's people who never worked out before in their life and just have crazy bounce, like crazy head at the rim type of bounce. Some of these people also can get on the basketball court and have insane skill, dog. Like, y'all not understanding this. They just might have took a bad route or whatever. Cause I done seen people who never worked out on their bounce a day in their life be able to do all type of tricks and dunks. One of my bounciest teammates ever, he's actually in college right now. I'm not even gonna say his name, but he never worked on this bounce. He said, "Nah, I never worked on this, buddy. I just been jumping all my life." And his older brother, when he played, was bouncy, insane bounce. But when it comes to why, the reason that the worst players become the best players, it's because the best players at the time usually get complacent and or they just peak out, whatever the case, and they think that they are already better than everybody, so that's just how it's going to be forever. The ones at the bottom, they actually, since they not good enough, or since they not as good as people see these other people, they keep working and keep working and keep working and keep working and keep working, and it becomes like an obsession. And it become a drive for them to be, hold on. But it becomes an obsession, and it gets to the point where their consistency over time is going to lead up to them becoming better than the ones who stopped working and thought that they was just going to be better than everybody forever because they better than them right now. That's why you can see, look at how many number one players in the nation in their senior year. Some of them didn't go to the league. Some of them got a chance in the league and went to G League or overseas. Some of them had the opportunity to be the man, maybe sold it, whatever the case. Because as the number one pick, you basically essentially have the keys. off rip. They didn't get you for nothing, unless unless randomly like the best team in the NBA get the first pick somehow magically, and they actually don't. They got like superstars on the team or something. Then you probably come off the bench for a while until either somebody leave or, you know what I'm saying, somebody get traded or they retire, whatever the case. Ooh, this hot tub feel good. But the consistency is what makes the ones that suck, maybe at the time, if they suck. They might not even suck. They might just not be overlooked right now. Or it might just not be undeniable that their skill is so undeniable that people gotta admit, okay, this person's finally better than this person. But the consistency over time will lead up to something. It's just, are you willing to do it? Because you got to realize the thing about consistency, it is hard doing the same thing over and over. But once you get into a flow, a rhythm, it becomes easy. It's just like how if y'all be on my YouTube, y'all might have seen I did a 100-hour fast, dry. I mean, I did no food and no water. Nothing was consumed in my body for 100 hours. 100 hours is 4 days and 6 hours. Yeah, 4 days and 6 hours. And when you do this type of thing, when you do a fast, any type of fast, the first few days are the hardest, right? The first few days are the hardest. But once you break past those few days, you just start to get in the rhythm. And the rhythm make you not even want to break the rhythm. It's not even that you don't want to break the rhythm necessarily. It's just that you so in the rhythm, so in the flow, that it's just a routine for you now. So like when they say the 21 days to build a habit thing, I actually understand it now because that is one thing that really helped me understand, like, okay, once you start doing something, you really create a rhythm in the flow of doing it, and it becomes easier. Just like semen retention. I told myself I'm gonna do 100 days of nothing sexual or whatever, and it's been like dang near like 40 or something. And ever since I started, as the weeks and days go on, it's just like it's not even something I think about anymore. It's just I'm doing it. Like it's just something I'm doing. So when you build the rhythm up of consistency in any aspect of life, it becomes a routine, it becomes easy. But when you break that routine, you better get right back on it, because I don't know what it is in life, but negativity is for some reason over positivity. Like things that you do bad are for some reason more fun than things that you do good. So if you do a fast, let's just say a fast, for example. If you do a fast and you weren't eating or drinking, and then after this fast, you go straight into eating junk food, oh, you done. Unless you that strong-minded, you better be strong-minded enough to get right back, because it depends on what you're doing the fast for one. If you're doing the fast to heal, you shouldn't even go. First of all, you shouldn't even be eating junk food right after that. You should be eating or drinking teas and water and watermelon juice and fruit juices and all this type of stuff. But if you let's say you eat junk food right after a fast, it's likely that you go right back to eating how you were beforehand. So you just did that fast for no reason. So the best way to do it is slowly get back into water, then go into eating solid fruit, then get back into eating meals. But this is like days and days and days. So consistency. My coach I can't remember what it exactly is. It's some type of something, but it's called consistency leads to currency. And it's just the truth. Like everything in life, consistency leads to currency. The hardest part is staying consistent, which is the funny part. But you just got to get in the rhythm of it. Because naturally, people don't want to do what's hard. And naturally, the good thing is hard, the bad thing is easy. It's hard to make money until you start making money. Then it becomes easy. What is it easy to do? To not do anything. To not make money, or to go do something crazy, like rob a bank or something. But in basketball, the easy thing to do is to not work out at all, ever. The hard thing to do is to work out every day on the same thing, because you might get tired of doing the same thing every day, but that is why the best players are the best players. That's why Jalen Brunson is cooking. That is why Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is cooking. That's why Kobe cooked, Kevin Durant, LeBron, Michael Jordan. They probably did the same things every day, dang near. Or the group of the same things every day. What's the point of practicing? The point of practicing is to become better. Because just the effort alone, as long as you're doing it, as long as your technique is right or getting better, or your effort, your intention is there, the form of whatever you do, it depends on what you're doing. But basketball-wise, your form will get better as long as you're not doing the wrong things, of course. But let's say you're working on Kyrie Irving type acrobatic layups or whatever, and you're doing that, practicing that every day, you're going to get better just because the intent is there. And over time, you're going to get more coordinated because your body is going to adapt. The human body is the number one technology in the world. The human brain is the number one technology in the world. The human mind is the even greater technology in the world. Because whatever you think, whatever you believe, is the truth. If I'm in this pool right now, and in my mind, I make up that there's a shark. Like, you ever been in the pool at nighttime? Like when you were younger, and you can't really see in the water no more because it's dark. But you start making up in your mind there's a shark behind you chasing you. You will actually start to get the emotions. Maybe not as bad as if a shark was actually behind you, but if you truly believe it, if you truly imagine it, that a shark behind you chasing you in the water, you're going to start swimming a different way with a different type of fear. So I don't know if any of y'all ever done that. Maybe y'all didn't have a childhood. I don't know. But that's why your mind is really the most... There's no difference between what you see in your mind and what's so-called real. It's all the same. Because of exactly what I just gave you an example of. Bro said I'm 30. I guess I'm 30. Appreciate that, Jake. We're talking about consistency, and we're talking about your mind and how your mind can can hurt you or build you to something great. Literally everything is about your mind. The reason you are where you are right now is because of your mind. So the fact that you can even dream something big means that it can be done. And you can do it. You already actually have it. You just got to do because the thing is, you can't chase nothing. If you're chasing the NBA, you're chasing success. I mean, you might be able to get it, but what happens when you chase something? It usually runs. If you chase a squirrel, it's gonna run. Um, so when you chase things in life, it's gonna run away from you. You got to learn to attract things. By how do you attract things? You don't sit there and beg and have greed over it. You do the right things that can lead up to you attracting it. You work hard, smart. You do the right thing every day or most days, and then you believe, not even believe. You need to believe so hard that it's like a no. You know it. You do the right things. You you believe it. You assume that the right thing is gonna happen to you. That's a big thing. Whatever you think in your mind is how the world is gonna be to you. If you hold on, it's a plane passing by. If you assume that things in your life always go bad for you, like, oh, it's just my luck. If you that type of person, literally that is gonna always happen to you until you change how you think. Like, the world is literally a video game for you. And what your brain, your mind, not even your brain, your mind, and how you think is what shapes the reality. Because if you assume that, I assume that I'm going to the NBA, I assume that I'm going to have this huge house with 10 kids and my mom going to live next door in her own house. I'm going to have blah, blah, blah. And my health is great. I'm going to travel the world and all this. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to have this brand endorsement, blah, blah, blah. Because I assume that it's going to happen and I put it in my mind and I think about it all the time, out of nowhere, you're just going to start getting, you might run into somebody walking at the store one day and, oh, hey, I'm actually an NBA owner. You might not meet the owner, but, oh, I'm actually the guy who does the draft, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, take my number down. This is, I'm going to have teams look out for you, blah, blah, blah. And you're going into your whatever year of college and this and that. You, oh, you like horses. You always thinking about, oh, I'm going to have this great horse thing, blah, blah, blah. You might run into something one day and the person is telling you, oh, I got horses for free, actually. Would you like one? Or, oh, come down to my horse stable. Blah, 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 whatever. Oh, this is big. This is how things start to happen in your life. As long as you assume. As long as you assume. Hey, imagine like, and you know what's beautiful about the average person? Their life is so miserable that's why you shouldn't even care what other people think. Like, the average person's life is so miserable that they will sit and watch somebody else talking about something good and say bad things when they could be doing anything else in the world right now. Anything. They will sit and comment trying to troll you And then you look at their life and it's in shambles. Why? Because they created this reality for themselves. And that's another thing about the world today. The world is so like has become. I don't know if I should say become. No, it's definitely became so stupid. Like the average person's brain is like worse than like a 5-year-old's brain. Was it good? Was it good? Wait, D1 Sanders, who is this? Is this Donovan? Can't see the profile picture that good. But um, the beautiful thing is that this is why it's actually somewhat easy to succeed as long as you do the right things. I truly believe it's easy to succeed, and this is why I know I'm going to the NBA. This is why I know I'm going to be successful. This is why I know I'm going to be great. Because so many people aren't even willing to try the thing. First of all, right? Then you got to think about how many people don't even work to do the thing if they are doing the thing. Then you got to think about how many people's mind they can't even like use their mind in a positive way. They thoughts are so negative all the time that they have no chance. So it's really easier to succeed for the average person just off the fact that the average person is mentally doomed beyond measures. This is why Michael Jordan became great. This is why LeBron became great. This is why every great person, whoever, Bo Jackson became great. Antonio Brown became great. Ray Lewis became great. Serena Williams became great because they mind and they work ethic, but mainly your mind and your work ethic gonna follow just off the fact that your mind is strong. Well, Alex, I just want y'all to read the comments, see how stupid most of these people are. Bro said, I'm talking like I'm a billionaire. Well, if I talk like I'm a billionaire, then possibly, I don't even know how I'm talking like a billionaire, but if I talk like I'm a millionaire or a billionaire, eventually, one day, just because I might run into people, I might run into random knowledge, I might be working hard, working smart, you'll probably become a millionaire or a billionaire, if that's truly what you want. You got to realize that some people in the world aren't even real. Some people aren't even real. They were sent here to try to distract you. People are sent to try to distract you. Stunning Fruit, I'm glad you in here actually taking all this in, because this is good information, and this is information that I've learned over my time. Every day, every second is an opportunity to learn something. Well, if I talk like I'm the most successful person in the world, maybe I will become. And success isn't even determined by the amount of money you have. It's determined by your own. Success is really determined by how you see success. If you accomplish the goals you had, that's success. Nah, most definitely Stunning Fruit. 99% of the people in this chat aren't even real. They came to troll. They came to troll. And I'm thankful for them, actually. This is the thing y'all got to understand. Anybody in here that's watching for an actual reason. People are sent to try to throw you off of your game. This is part of you mastering your mind. There was something else I was going to say. I just lost my thought. What was I about to say? Um, maybe that's what I was about to say. I feel like I had a different thought, but I can't remember. Oh, yes. You have to love just as much as you love the love that you get. You have to love the hate just as much. Why? Because it's all part of the journey. It's all part of the greatness. It's all part of the failure. But failure really isn't even real unless you quit. Failure is part of the process. Failure is really just lessons learned turned into getting better at something. So, and you got to realize that the better you become, the greater you become, the more hate will come, because hate is what runs this world. The people who run this world have hatred. And you got to realize that you will never hate on somebody who's doing worse than you. You will never hate on somebody who's doing worse than you. That is why the greatest become the greatest, because they're not even worried about other people unless it's from a competitive standpoint. But they're not sitting there, scrolling and commenting on anybody's thing, commenting on people's things, hating. It's actually hard to become successful hating, just because the universe doesn't like ugly. But this world does like ugly, so it actually is somewhat easy to become successful. Maybe not necessarily as a hater, but evil runs this world, so. And what they don't realize is that their engagement is helping me, so I'm actually thankful for them. But back to the main topic. This all ties in, though, if we're being honest. All of this all ties in. The worst become the greatest. The greatest early on sometimes become greats. And the greats early on likely become the worst. So don't worry about where you currently are. Just think about where you want to be finally, in the final destination. And act as if that is what you are already. And then act accordingly to what you think you would be doing if and since you are currently in that position. If you were an NBA player right now, or if you were whatever you want to be right now, what would you currently be doing? How would you act? How would you feel? Be that. But thank y'all for tuning in. I just wanted to get on here short real quick and talk about why some of the greats are the greats. Thank y'all, though. What up, Crody? Crody. Yeah. Crody. Yeah. You was walking around, or you went to the thing?